joining my channel today. Today we're going to be doing an awesome job. It's a 2012 Mercedes-Benz E350 3.5 liter. We're going to be installing new ignition coils and spark plugs. Just follow the basic instructions I'm going to give you. It should be an easy task for you. If there's any problems or any extra questions, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Alright, some people, you can remove this clamp right there, but this is a one-time clamp, so we're gonna do it in a way where we don't have to do that. So we're gonna take it off this way and try to take it off all in one piece. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is a bunch of little clips. If you can see right here, here's a sensor. Just pop this clip up just like that, and you just squeeze and pull. Okay, you got another one right here. Go ahead and pop this clip. You squeeze the little gray part and pull. Alright, there's a vacuum line right here that you're gonna want. Something. See how it come out? You just don't get too aggressive with it and snap that off. There's another line right here. It's going to come back. This is a vacuum line coming to the plenum. This is something that's going to pry out. I can't express enough not to be heavy-handed on a job like this. And also, have fun doing this. Next thing we want to do, little clips right here. One on each one. See if we can prop it up. Kind of pull it up out the way. Pop it loose. And then right here. Prepare a day ahead of time on each job. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, there's a little cover right here. These are false bolts. They're just fake. This is a T15. You take this. As this slides up, you can see how it kind of like sits down in there. Alright, so since I don't have the E10 that's thin enough to go in this hole, I'm gonna use that 5/16. That's when simply crack it loose. I'm not gonna use air because I don't want to damage the bolt. Two more back here. Now we can just zip them loose. And we'll take these T25s out now. Look, that was going to be a little bit of a problem.
There she goes. Alright, so she's loose. Alright, now pull that up and kind of want to just slide it up. Alright. So this is the intake plenum. That's the throttle body. There's a power connector, supply connector that goes to the throttle body. But when we lift it up under the fuel, we'll have easier access to take that off the clip. There's another line we got to take off. I think it's a T15. Take that T15 off and put it over here. And gently just pop this loose. Got a little O-ring right there. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to take these two E10s off over here. That's next. Because we want to remove this all in one piece so we don't disturb those clamps. Now I'm going to start gradually lifting up on it. That way we can see some other things that need to come off. A few more clips and some sensors. A little flathead up in there. Pop it back. Squeeze a little gray thing, pull it out. Same thing with this one. Pull out. Okay, we got a few. Let's see, when we lift up on that, got some sensors we gotta take off. This is one right here. Pop it back, squeeze it, slide it off. Okay. There's gonna be a little hose that runs up in here. You're gonna have to squeeze it a little bit. I'm gonna pull this dipstick out because it's plastic. We don't want to break that off. It might fight you a little bit because it's probably never been off. There it goes. Look up on this a little bit. Right there. We gotta take that Torx off. That's right there. I don't know if you can see it. T25 or T15. I think it's a T25. Okay, it's a T25. Maybe. All right. This is on the driver's side. So you don't lose the bolt. Take that bolt out and put it with your other bolts. Make sure everything's free and clear. Alright, so as you can see, you just sit down into a little thing here, so you got to apply a little bit of pressure to get it up. Free that up. As you can see, the intake freed up. We got a little more room to get this throttle body plug off. And then you're gonna pop back the clip. Squeeze. One minute, pop. Just give it a little help. Push that clip up. And just pull. Don't pull a wire, pull a connector. And it kind of sits up in there, a little clip, pull that off. Alright, so now we want to get the flashlight down here. We definitely got a few more things we got to take care of. There's a line right here. It runs up, down. Okay. So see that vacuum line with the yellow stripe on it? We have to remove that. That's where the long needle nose are going to come in handy. I'm finding that. Put. All right. Now that we're free and clear, we're going to take this intake to a safe place and rest it. You want to keep you a whole thing of paper towels. It's kind of like a surgeon. They got the chest open. You don't want to lose a little bolt or any tools on the intake. Best thing to do is stuff a paper towel up in each one of them. That's going to ensure that nothing accidentally falls down on there. Do not skip this step, especially for the do-it-yourselfer. I don't care how steady you think your hands are. Don't walk away from the job at this point. You stay on the job. Once you get the intake off, you stay on this job till it's done. If the wife comes out, kids come out, you tell them, please come back. You know, nicely. Okay, now we can start preparing to change the ignition coils. These ignition coils are held on with the E8. It's a V6, so obviously we got 3 on each side. Pop back the clips. This car has got over 100,000 miles. These cars are recommended to change out the spark plugs and coils around 60,000 miles. So the engine is going to be very grateful. And what I'm doing, I slide out the gray thing and then I'm putting slight pressure down on it to get past the snap. If you get one that's hung up or you're not sure, put it down in there, give it a little help. I recommend doing one side at a time. There's 2 bolts to hold on each coil. Pull out each ignition coil. I recommend grabbing as low as you can on the boot shaft. This is the part that's going to give some of y'all a problem if you didn't get the 12.14. Not a super common spark plug socket. It's gotta be thin, I can tell you that. So your standard 12.14 regular socket's not gonna fit in that hole. You get a special spark plug socket. This set's pretty cool. It came with 2 links. See which one works better. I think that's the one we're going to use. It's old worn out stuff here. I always save the parts to show the customer. These higher end spark plugs are going to come pre-gapped, but you still want to lay them all out, because if you don't, you'll never detect if one's closed. Several things could cause them to close. The parts guy, the warehouse, somebody drops it, it hits the ground, hits just right and bends that little piece right in. I don't see it all the time, but there's been plenty of times that I have caught it. I can visibly see that all these gaps look exactly the same, so I feel comfortable installing it. I'm going to spin them in by hand. Air ratchet. So that's your regular ratchet and put you like a little I like to make me a little extension piece to slide over the ratchet. I get that, crush that washer. And just tighten it down. It's not tight. I'll put this piece on here. Give it one good snug. Second one. But once it's tight, I can tell you that if you watch this, see that little small turn, do 2 of those and you'll be good. Now, ready to put the ignition coils on. All these hands start, all these bolts. when you put those coils in there, put a little pressure, a nice amount of pressure down on it, and kind of pull back on it to make sure it snaps. All right, now you want to slide these back on and push. That's how you know you get it right, because you can push these in. Alright, so let's start on this side. It's a little harder than the other side, but we'll be able to manage. Got a few clips and things, you know what? Alright, well, let's go ahead and take them off. Those two clips come off. So basically, I unplugged that. That looped out my way. This right here is just simply going out the way. I'm trying to do it without unplugging that. Okay. So we can leave the ECM plugged in, which is cool. I might got a little trim tool. If you have trim tools, even better. Pull these out. Get a little room. Yeah, it seems that's gonna give me enough room. I already pushed the gray clips out, so I'm just gonna squeeze them and pull them out. We got these little pieces right here that press down on the ground, so you just gotta give it a little leverage to pop it up. Just lift up on that and pull out. It seems like the side you want to be a little more delicate with. So on this side, I'm gonna do one at a time. Got our T8. Sorry, E8. That's what I meant. If you can't get your fingers down like you want, you can get down here and just. Even though the size is a little harder, don't get intimidated. It's just a few extra little things. No biggie. Also, I didn't mention this earlier. These ones you order online, they got magnets in them instead of those little boots. I have had a time those little boots to slide out and be stuck on a spark plug. I like the magnet better. I'll get one time and that second time to make sure. Make sure you put a good amount of pressure on it so it snaps. That one wants to be a butthead. tight, so it won't let me get my finger up in there like I want. There she goes. That's up. Plug that back in. If you're trying to push these in, don't force them in because they're kind of weird. If you go pushing in, don't want to go in, that means it didn't snap all the way. I'll swing this back over here out the way. Squeeze and pull. Put up a magnetic tray. There's a little guide thing in the way here. I'm not sure if I want to remove that or not. Let me check this out. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to. So let's pull this. That's why I want to do one at a time. Get this clip off of here. Don't worry, don't stress, I'm right here with you guys. So it looks like it's gonna be a T30, guys and gals. Okay. They're lucky. Looks like I don't know if you all see this, but it sits up in here like this. It's like a little, they were pretty smart to put a little access thing in here. It's just like this, so you only gotta take the one out. Slide this up out the way, and you have clean access to it. So you don't have to take this first one out. Let's put this back. Go ahead and get this out. That's some smart engineering. Get that one out. This is one of them weird ones. We gotta break out that 1-inch extension. 1-inch extension. The 2-inch is probably a little too much. We're rolling along here. This is fun. Hope you guys are having fun too. He's gonna fight me a little bit. Alright, put a good amount of pressure down on there. Second one up there. T30. Let's go and tighten this down. Now we're gonna swing this up out the way. I'm gonna push this line up past that dipstick tube. Push that clip back, squeeze it. Pull the clip off. This one's a little tighter. Don't get too happy. Keep treating this thing nice. This one's a little tighter. There's our first turn. The second one. This one you're gonna have to kind of get down that little hole at an angle and then turn it back upwards. My brother Jimmy passed away about 10 years ago. Whenever he was doing something hard, he'd always have his tongue hanging out his mouth. I miss that dude. Life ain't been the same without him. We did a clutch in the guy's driveway one time together on an 18-wheeler. Me and him was bad to the bone, worked good as a team. Life was fun, but I'll see him again one day. Put this little bracket back on. Always put everything back on. And be one of those guys. Before I forget to plug this back in. You might not be able to hear it, but it makes a nice little clip. I knew it was a T30. Get this little bad boy here. Swing it down. Line up with the grommets. One's on the bottom, it's kind of hard to see, but well, and go back here, lock on the rest of these clips. Okay. Now we're going to swing this back around. This little clip pops right on there like that. You can see the little marks where it took off at. That goes in there. It snaps up in there. And this goes here first, so let's put that here first. That snaps in there. That snaps on there. So that side was a little harder, but as you can see, we were able to accomplish it. Alright folks, now we can prepare to reinstall the intake plenum. The do-it-yourselfer is going to be inclined to want to blast it and over clean it. But I'm going to tell you, take it from a pro. You do not want to disturb that intake any more than you need to. Simply give it a couple little sprays where the seal is going on. Take the same paper towel, just wipe the edges of it. You spray too much down there, you're going to break loose carbon and cause a problem. This intake has a reusable gasket. It seals by lubrication, so you just want to simply spray a little WD-40 on it. We're going to take this, pick it up like so, and it's a very gentle process. Slide it back into place. Let it kind of rust a second. This might be the most difficult part for a lot of y'all, because you're gonna have to depend on one of your other senses. We all got 5 senses. Some of us got 6. He's gonna feel for it. Make sure none of these clips that you gotta put back on are getting trapped. We got a couple of them back here about to get trapped. You're gonna find your either E8 or your 5/16. You want to line the bolts back up. So we gotta go ahead and get that on. Go ahead and plug in the throttle body. It'll be a lot harder to get on afterwards. Push back on a little bit. At this point, you're also a little tired too. I know I am. We'll line the little groundless up right here. The air filter. Pull that little clip back right there. Put the vacuum line, the yellow strap vacuum line that we want. Make sure it don't get trapped. I'm trying to show you guys what I'm doing as I do it, but basically there's a vacuum line back down here with a yellow strap. You gotta plug back in. Probably the tightest thing, you want to get that on first. Got it sitting in front of the hole. It's gonna slide up on there now. I got it on there pretty good. Okay, going just like this. Yeah, I feel comfortable with it now. Alright, now we want to slide this. I don't know if you remember, but this piece got to slide back in. Gets held in by a torque screw. Alright, this is T25. Get that T25 up in there. On the hole. Be gentle, get it started by hand. Maybe set. I will tighten that by hand. This is time to double check, triple check, quadruple check everything. Yeah, remember you took off a lot of little clips. You know that one goes on here. Put the bottom one down there. You also want to make sure you're not nothing else loose while you're done up in here. Come over here. You know that's gonna go back there. That pushes in here. Lift up on that and push back. This part of this design I don't really like because it seems like it could have been a better way to do it, but that's the way they did it. So we do got lined up, I can feel it. We do not want to use air. We simply just want to give it a fuse. Crank. You may not be able to see it on camera, but I can see it pulling down into the seal. Do a few on the back, and come to the front. Do a few on the front, that way it don't go in cockeyed. Yeah, remember, if you don't get this right, you're gonna know it's gonna be a huge vacuum leak. But the trick is, I'm gonna remind you, because this part has a little lump on it, you kind of gotta tilt it and push it past this little piece, then push it down. It hits somewhere like around in here. It won't go straight down, unfortunately. We got bust, we got on the first try. Make sure you lube those seals though. I do know the torque on this is 8 Newton meters. If you looked it up, this is barely anything. It's just basically hand tight. I didn't show you on the video, but on this particular one, I seen a dry rod or vacuum line. I did repair it. The customer was talking about RPMs going up and down, or something along the lines. That might have been the cause of it. Probably a little combination of that and having that really dirty air filter. A couple of screws off, so that means we're getting pretty close. I'll put this back on. This is going to be this right here. T15. These two E10s. Tighten on that T15. This clip back in right here, push it down. We're gonna put this clip back in here, push it down. We're gonna take a little bit, put a little lube there on that one and that one, so it slide back on, no problem. That's why I held off on that. Double and triple check everything, and then quadruple check. All right, so I'm gonna tighten down these. I hooked a few things over here. Got one plug right here. Got that back on. And my other snap back on. Push the gray things back in. And get you the new air filter. Look down there. You want to take these little pieces and put them right down in the little guides. It's kind of hard to show you because some of our lights died. This ain't rocket science. Once it's up in there, something to just pivot and on with that. It was a T25. We already know that last one's gonna be a little pain. I'm gonna put this cover back on right here. There's a few comments that a customer can make to me right off the get-go that I already know I'm not gonna deal with them. One of them, y'all, bro, how much you charge to take a look at my car? And if you don't know me and you call up, talk to me like that, I'm not your bro. You know, if we're home dogs, man, we've been hanging out for a while. We can talk how we want. Don't call me up talking all slow and slick, trying to work the price. Don't ask me how much my diagnostic charge is, and I tell you it's $85. And as soon as you ask me, does that diagnostic go towards the repair? I already know you ain't trying to spend no money. I mean, the alternative to me is Firestone or the dealership, and they're way more money. I'm gonna give you better quality, so I'm just gonna turn the job down. That's why I save my money. I live real simple. Even if I ever get rich, I'm gonna live simple as to do, because I don't want to be forced to have to slave for somebody or cut corners or anything like that. That's what gets me. This is your craft. Take pride in what you do. I mean, I recognize that stuff can't always be perfect, but you can sure try to. I mean, this car is fairly old, but by the time I'm done detailing up the engine, they're gonna be amazed by it. All right, so let's see what we got. We did our job right, man. This thing's gonna fire right up and idle smooth. First hit, baby. Let's turn that music down so we can concentrate. We simply just want to reset it. Okay, I'm gonna start it up. Perfect. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. I know you're probably wondering why I'm sitting down, but I'm kind of tired. It's late. I really enjoy doing this. I like taking cars that are on their last leg and bringing them back. I can do any kind of repair, any year, make and model. I like all cars. Every car's got its own personality. I even got my own personality. Some people think I'm a little hyper, but other times I'm mellow. But anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I really want to give a special thanks to you guys. And I want to thank God for giving me the talent to be able to do this. I love it. You all have a blessed day. Peace.